I hate this saying, but it is 100% true. If you have no niche, you are simply talking to everyone and nobody is listening. Nobody's listening. Your mom was probably listening. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Lauren Kidd. I am a business strategist for the busy mompreneur, and I am so excited that you are here today. But if you are a first-time visitor, hello, hey there. Excited to have you here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and click that bell to get notified. New content comes out every Monday at 9. Today, we are going to talk about content mistakes that you're probably making that are costing you money. Ding, 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 ding. Don't want to leave money on the table. So we're going to cover, I think there's 6 tips on what you're probably making a mistake on in your content that is losing you money. So let's dive in. If you are curious, if you are doing any of these content mistakes that you are making. Okay, number 1, not having a niche. I hate this saying, but it is 100% true. If you have no niche, you are simply talking to everyone and nobody is listening. Nobody's listening. Your mom was probably listening. Maybe your second cousin's uncle is listening. Maybe that creepy girl from high school who you really didn't talk to, but she's probably listening because she's waiting for you to fail. You're not going to, because you're going to be amazing. But if you don't have a specific niche, you're not actually talking to anybody specifically. You are talking to the general public, and the general public isn't paying attention. So when it comes to creating content, you need to know who it is that you're talking to, which leads me to number 2, not knowing who your ideal client is. I literally cannot sometimes with my strategy calls, and I am not being mean, but I talk to mamas at all stages in business, whether they're starting out in business, they've been going for a little bit, but they're trying to ramp up that income. I've had moms who have been in business for a number of years and their income is decent, but it's not spectacular like they want it to be. And honestly, one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle for so many of them is they have no idea who their actual ideal client is. If this is something you struggle with, I have a video all about how to figure out who your ideal client is. Go click that, check it out. I promise you need to know who your ideal client is, because again, back to point number 1, if you don't know who your ideal client is, you don't know what their niche is, you're talking to everybody and what? Nobody's listening. I know this is the worst part about a business, is trying to really narrow down who that ideal client is and what do they look like. Now, am I saying it has to be like one person? The only person that I'm going to work with likes a white pen that writes blue. That's like overly specific. I'm not talking about that. If you sell pens, you are working with somebody who maybe likes a click pen. I am a click pen person because I am a fidgety person. I don't like pens with caps. I don't like to have to take it off. I find that time consuming. I know it's not. But to me, so much less than having to take a cap off and put it on and then write and take it off and put it on. So if you sell pens, you sell click pens, your ideal clients like click pens, right? They don't like all pens. They like click pens. There is a massive difference. My brother absolutely does not like ballpoint pens. He won't use them. He won't use them at all. He doesn't like click because he doesn't like the sound. If you sell click pens, he is not your ideal client. This is why it's really important to figure out who and in what niche that you're working in. You can specify within your niche 2 different types of pens. I don't have here, my kid left me one for an example. I don't like these. This is a niche, pens, people who like pens. But even more specifically, your ideal client is somebody who likes a click pen, not a cap pen. And again, guys, I know this is a really silly reference, but this is exactly how simple it can be. Somebody who likes a click pen versus a cap pen could be night and day difference between you, because your content can surround things like, do you love to fidget with your pen? Or, oh my gosh, do you just like hate taking the cap off and then having to like put it on the other end? Not that this isn't a great pen. I'm not knocking Papermate, don't come at me. But Your content is going to speak to people more specifically when you know who they are and what it is they want, which leads me to number 3, not knowing what your ideal client's needs are. So again, revisiting the annoying pen analogy. If you sell pens and my needs are a click, not a cap, and you don't know that, but you're trying to sell me this, I'm not interested in listening, buying, or reading your stuff because I don't like capped pens. My kid doesn't like click pens. It's very bizarre, I know. But for content purposes, this is a massive difference. If you don't know who they are, you don't know what they like, and you don't know what they need, you cannot effectively communicate with them. So you need to know what your niche is. You need to know who your specific client is, and then you need to know what their specific needs are. I love pens. I have massive amounts of pens. Probably 95% of them are click pens because I love to fidget. I just do. If you are selling click pens, there's a really good chance that I've bought a pen from you. But when it comes to writing your content, you need to know who they are so that you can talk specifically to them. Another really big piece of content advice that's related to content, but at the same time not, and I need to cover it, is you are focusing too much on the unfollows or the unsubscribes or the people who leave your group. And honestly, numbers be damned. Just let them go. I know I said a bad word. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. I am not here to be crucified for one word, but don't obsess over every little unlike, unfollow, unsubscribe. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I promise not to sing to you again, but truly. And I had a mentor who had to like beat me over the head with this a couple of years back. He was like, if you are not having unsubscribes and unfollows and people leaving your community on the daily, you are not doing your job. You are not talking to them often enough. You are not sharing enough. People are going to find you and they are going to join your circle and they are going to test the waters. And you are not for everyone, and that's okay. That is okay. You only want to be talking to the people who are 100% there and ready to listen and wanting to learn and wanting to grow and wanting what it is that you have to offer. So let the other ones go and don't even worry about them. Don't give them a second thought. Does it mean they're never going to come back? No, there's a lot of people who joined my community in the very beginning. They left, they went elsewhere, and then they came back and they were like, you know what? You are my kind of crazy. Let's do this. And I'm like, cool, perfect. Absolutely. I'm here for it. Right. So don't focus on the unfollows because it does not mean that your content is bad. It means that they are not there for that right now, which kind of takes you back to what do they need? And if they don't need you, they are going to leave. That's okay. You only want to talk to the people who need you. 5, not having an email list. Email lists are so important. If YouTube decided to shut down tomorrow, I would be immensely sad, but I would still be able to talk to you because chances are you're on my email list. And if you're not, go grab one of my freebies. Here, content. Learn how to make really good content with this content calendar. Go grab it. Then you're in my circle. I promise to only give you really good value. I don't like fluff. Ugh, ugh. You're not going to get fluff here. But not having an email list is detrimental. Being able to provide good content to your email list, which is comprised of people who want to be there to listen to you, right? They're not just social media strangers who have found you in passing and they are just going to pay attention when they're interested. No, your email list is comprised of people who actually want to learn from you. They want to learn, they want to show up, they want to be taught by you. You gotta have one, and then you gotta give them good content. And lastly, sharing stuff that no one cares about, sharing stuff that no one needs. Don't do that. If you are, back to the pen analogy, if you are sharing information about click pens, and this is what you make, and this is what you sell, and this is what your ideal client needs, there is zero reason, unless you're like, do you hate these? Buy these instead. There is no reason for you to share fun facts about here, like why the lid was invented, why is a certain shape, why they come in specific things. Why would you be sharing about something that your ideal clients have no interest in? Stick to what they need. Stick to what they want. Stick to what's going to solve their problem. The pen. See, you can be completely unbiased. But when it comes to content, don't make these mistakes. Don't not have a niche. Got to figure out who your ideal client is so that you can figure out what it is that they need so you can give it to them, right? You got to give it to them. Having an obsession over your following, don't do that. Don't do that, because you only want to talk to people who want to listen to you. So let them go. I promise. Let them go. Your business will be better off without them. Get an email list. I love Kajabi. I will link that below. I think you get 60 days free if you click that link. Yes, it is an affiliate link, so just full disclosure, but I absolutely love them. They make everything super neat and tidy, and the open rates are amazing. Another really good option is ConvertKit. I will also leave that link below. They are a really good platform. So Kajabi and ConvertKit, awesome platforms. But you need an email list. You need an email list. And we talk more about that in other videos. I think that one's a video. And then sharing what no one needs. Don't do that. Don't share anything that is not going to be beneficial to your ideal clients, unless it's just for S&Gs and you're just like, hey, I have this burning question and I've got to ask it, but then get back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I will see you right back here next Monday at 9. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, click that bell to get notifications. I will see you then. Bye.